Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game. So, after all of the assimilated ships came out in Resistance's Futile OP, the Tactical Cube 001 was the grand prize ship, and it was this really cool translucent tactical cube that I cut open and put LED lights on a switch and had a lot of fun doing that. And then WizKids put in the 50-point rule shortly thereafter, and I never ran a tactical cube again. But let's see why. Tactical Cube 001. When defending during the compare results step, you may discard up to 3 of your Borg upgrades. Cancel 1 hit or crit result for each upgrade you discarded with this card. Great. 46-point ship. You have 8 points to run a captain, upgrades. You can't even fit 3 Borg upgrades on this ship naturally. Something's amiss. And when this came out, there was no way to even add an extra Borg slot. Maybe a Borg Queen. Maybe that was the way to get a third. The named ability doesn't make sense. Even now with ways from the Resistance's Futile Borg faction pack, which is stupidly expensive to get a hold of. These Borg slots are just they're too rare. They're too expensive. Um, there are some cheaper upgrades in them now, but then I'm paying 1, 2, 3, 4 points for an upgrade. I'm not going to throw it out to cancel 1 damage. I've got 17 durability on my ship, for goodness sakes. It's just not happening. No, if this was discard any upgrade, not just a Borg upgrade, that might be better. In fact, that would be better. Um, but it's not. And yeah, tactical cubes were one of the biggest losers in the 50-point rule. Uh, Video on that at some point, I'm sure. Just because it's the history of the game. I'm not actually that mad about it. Just, I think it could have been done more elegantly. Um, yeah, maneuver dial on a Borg tactical cube is what it is. Very predictable if you've got Ox that you have to go green. Um, yeah, I like what's red is red. The 4 spin, fine. But you can accomplish most of what you need to accomplish with a 3 spin. So I never see a need to do a 4 spin. The 2 or 3 backup, yeah, I see a need to do that. Generic tactical cube at 44. Again, I don't see a need for it. And what, you lose a weapon slot? Yeah, I just, in this situation, I'm running the generic. The other tactical cube, I think it's 138. I'll run that one as a named ship. It's just, yeah, it's a trade off. And this is superior to 001. All right. Yeah, the Borg Queen. Hey, you can get a third Borg slot. It costs you 6 points. So you're looking at mission play for this ship. That's the only way it's ever going to get used. Uh, but this Borg Queen, at the start of the game, you get 9 drone tokens, you get a Borg slot added, and then as an action, you can target a ship at range 1, spend 6 drone tokens. Disable 2 upgrades of your choice on the target ship. Okay, that's an ability. I guess. Uh, I think 4 drones would have been sufficient. Being able to actually get to use this ability twice might have been nice, or, maybe have some drones left over to still have a decent captain skill. Again, would have been nice. Um, but yeah. Command interface. A Borg talent. After you roll a die for any reason, you may discard this card to re-roll that die once. Costs 5 more points if purchased for any non-Borg ship. So 10-point card. So you're never running this on anything that's not Borg, and I don't think you're running it for anything that is Borg. Re-rolling a die for any reason, uh, it's not worth 5 points. I hear you. Warp core breach. Reroll that crit. Fine. Saving your ship. It's worth 5 points. It's worth anything. But it's not really worth 5 points as a safety. Uh, yeah. I just the times that it's situationally worth it are so few and far between, you can't actually justify it. Cutting beam, we've been here, mission play only. Borg missile, I think we've been here, it's mission play only. If we haven't, let's do it one more time. Attack, disable this card to perform the attack. Target ship does not sustain normal damage from this attack. Instead, place one auxiliary power token, period. And destroy one active shield for each hit or crit result. The target ship does not roll defense dice against this attack and can only be purchased for a Borg ship. Okay, fine. So against like another Borg ship, this is nice because you're actually chewing through shields and putting an aux power token down. That's fine. But yeah, it's only 4 dice and overpriced. It was never worth it. Data, and I've done a rankum of all the datas, so you kind of know where this fell. I don't think it was at the top. In fact, I know it was not at the top. But for a 4-point crew action, target a ship at range 1 to 2, spend a drone token to disable the captain on that ship, and then get a free scan token. Situationally good. Situationally very useful. And if you're looking for a crew data, probably the best crew data around. I think I can agree to that. Sherlock data also potentially useful. And this is not discarded. This is reusable. Yeah. I quibble about price, but I can make this one work. A Borg tractor beam necessary if you're going to use cutting beam. Again, it fell to the problem of it's too expensive. Way too expensive. And Borg maturation chamber, 6-point card. Action, discard this card to add a number of drone tokens to your captain card until you reach your captain's starting number of drone tokens. You can't go over, but you get back up to your start, which is great on a 9 skill captain if you've used 8 or 9 drones. And that's about the only time it's maybe even potentially kind of, sorta worth considering this card. And all that being said, it's not. It's so not worth 6 points for those drone tokens. Run Queen Vessel Prime. Keep your drones, get them back slowly. It's better. Interplexing Beacon for 3 points when attacking a ship at range 3 and only at range 3, but at least at range 3. During the modify attack dice step, you may disable this card and spend up to 2 drone tokens to reroll a number of your attack dice equal to the number of drone tokens you spent with this card. So you want to reroll 1 or 2? Okay, fine. Again, too situational for me to actually care about, but it exists. See, this is what I mean by early Borg cards were just bad. Very bad. The Borg faction was not a good faction for a long time. They got better. But, yeah, cards like this just hurt. Data, very good card. Made Borg better. But that's really the only good card in this entire pack. So, do you need to go chase down this grand prize? No. No, not at all. Please save your money. Don't go chase this down. The model looks awesome. I give massive kudos to the factory, the art department, whoever came up with transparent Borg sculpt. That was a superb choice. But the card design in this is almost what a grand prize should be. Some cool cards that say, hey, I got a grand prize, but they're not actually needed to be competitive. That's perhaps the way things should be. So, anyway, thank you all for watching. Until next time, keep brushing up your game. Take care.